saying it was an easy trading day, while people in the Discord that were doing long, oh, this is horrible. Because obviously, everyone's trading day is going to be different. So just because it was good for you, it was easy and you made money, I can still lose because I fucked up or whatever.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things about the money flow is that like it's a lot like poker in the sense like you can both be really good at playing this game. You're just getting bad cards today, and I'm over here killing it, and we're both using the same strategy. You know what I mean? Like if you'd
Are
have
you
switched to
making the
short,
same?
what if you'd have said, you know what, I'm playing the short side today, and I'm not even going to look at Discord because I got to focus. You'd have killed it.
Right. Like I was on the phone for 2 hours, and me and you were on the phone, that's when it started going up, and you were like, "Oh, it's going up," and I was still doing the short while it was going up, so that's where I fucked up. And then right after me and you got off the phone, it tanked again. So like to me, it didn't look like it was going up, but
Yeah. And you see how I could have
that was my
influenced
first time
you and
shorting, and
knocked
then
you out of a trade that you had set up in your head. Like it's not
yeah,
always good unless you're
so
both on the same thing.
yeah, so yesterday could have easily been a green trading day for me if I didn't go long.
Right.
However, that's my first time shorting, so I don't expect anything. But even though it was a bad day on the long side, you still could have easily made money on the short side just as easily. That was so easy, it just went down. So how could you not make money?
It's funny for me to hear you say this because remember when we were first trading, even months in, I'm like, okay, we got to do a show. You're like, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm just, and then now you're looking for
Well, yeah,
shorts.
because now I'm not trying to day trade on a day.
You
I mean,
evolved.
I'm not trying to day short on a daily chart ever. At least
Mhm.
still, I don't care about doing that.
You will at
But
some point. You'd be
but
like,
day
give me
trade,
some option, future options on that, please.
nah. But day trading, obviously, you're getting everything in one day. So if you're not going to be short, well, then you're either just going to be sitting there because the MACD histogram's not going to be in your favor to get in the trade the entire time. So you're just going to be watching and missing out, or you're going
The,
to be trying to go long. So if you know how to short, well, yeah, now you can make money when it's going against you just as easily. Like if it's going sideways all day in a range, that's way more difficult to be long and short. But if this morning, like the market went straight up, why would you be short? Yesterday, the market went straight down. Why would you be long?
how do
So
you know? At what point do you know? I mean, it's easy to know that at the end of the day, right? You're looking back, you're like, oh, I should have done. Blah, blah, blah. The trick is recognizing that as fast as you can. Like you hear
well,
me in Discord
okay,
call out, hey, we're in a channel and we may
it
have just
also
started.
would also help. And Radiance posted that the QQQ was dumping on the daily. So to
Right.
me, that meant on the 1 minute we're dumping too. If we're, I mean, on the not we're necessarily dumping, but on the 1 minute, if the daily chart's dumping, so is the 1 minute going straight down.
And that's called time continuity, right?
Yeah. So
But how many times, like we talked about this last week, you can forget to do some things because you're so into the focus of that one thing, right? So you forget to check the 5 minute or the 30 minute. And then when
yeah,
you do look back, it was obvious and you were so fixated on trying to get the
like
long right.
if you look at the 1 minute from yesterday from the open,
Mhm.
all it just dropped right away. Like I don't even know.
So what was a
Maybe
reasonable
it was
time that
just
you should
luck.
have caught on? Because you didn't know at the open. Nobody's going to know at the open what's
Like 30 minutes in or 50, 20 minutes in. Look, if
20
you
minutes in.
look at
Yeah.
the chart, it just went. It was a free fall.
So like the 1 hour, the 30 minute, they were all saying down.
I didn't even look.
I
The
know.
one I looked
Me
at the
either.
five.
It's easy. It's easy, right?
I looked at the 5 minute, and the histogram was obviously not in favor.
Yeah.
So, and then it was a free for all. So at some point, any again, it's
You know
just
what I
luck.
call that,
It's
right? I
luck.
just
It's luck. When the market's going up, if you press buy and it goes up and you sell it, okay. When the market's tanking, if you press short sell and
the
buy it at the
real
bottom, it's easy.
the real skill is knowing when to buy and when to get out, right? Like being
But
able to step aside.
I'm not saying that I know all when and
No,
just
but you're
yesterday.
seeing it. You're evolving
Yeah,
into it.
yesterday was just obvious. Like if you
Yeah.
look at it, it just went like 4 bar. I'm looking at it now, just went straight down.
See,
So
and you're handling
and I
that the right way, going
and
back
I
and analyzing it. You're not mad. You just want to see what I do wrong.
right. So when the market opened
Mhm.
down, I didn't even get in because on the 5 minute, it was all down. It was all tanking. So then
Right.
I was
If
like,
anything,
and it
try
was
the
like
short side.
drastically tanking. So I was like, sell, buy. Oh shit, it's going lower. Sell, buy. Oh my god, it's keep going lower.
Instead of
Sell,
short.
sell, buy. Like
But like trading with me, I'll quickly sometimes go short, right? And then I may only be in it 1 minute and then I'm back out of it. I'm still focused on the long, but I'll just throw the short on. Like we don't need to think about it a lot. Just
yeah,
hit the goddamn button. Just hit it. You're short now. And if it goes up, get out. Get back long. You can get scattered that way though. You know this because you can go one side and the other, and then one side and you lose on both. Now you're like, what in the fuck am I doing?
yeah. I
Like,
got scattered in the afternoon.
yeah. But sometimes you can get in flow on that. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
I'm always seeking that because it's kind of like a high. It's kind of like playing golf and you hit it and in one shot it goes in the hole. You're like, you're basketball and it swooshes. You're like, yeah, what's up now? Because you're in flow, you know. But it doesn't work if the market doesn't move. Like those moves were really jagged and small. And the worst, right, is the descending fucking triangle.
yeah, the down sloping channel. However, the 5 minute MACD is not usually set up when it's in a descending channel.
And you
And I only believe the 5 minute MACD if the price is above the 5 EMA on the 5 minute. If it's not, I'm not in any rush to get in. If it for me it needs to be
say that again. The price on the execution
so
time
I don't
frame.
just go off the histogram. If the
Right.
histogram's going in our way, but the price is not above the 5 EMA on the 5 minute chart, I'm not getting in the trade because this is still showing that they might go down because it's not even above the 5 on the 5 minutes. So why would I buy on the 1 minute? So
Now,
I like to see the price above the 5 with the histogram ticking up. That's me.
are you analyzing your dailies the same way now? Like when you look at a daily chart, it's the same. Like this here's a clear money flow pattern. This is a 1 minute of the TQQ.
Yeah.
But like you were just saying, okay, histogram's pointing straight down and price is not above the 5. And even if the histogram turns, if it doesn't get above the 5, you're not executing. Is that what you
Yeah.
were saying?
Yeah, I'm not executing on the 1 minute chart because I'm sick of getting trapped in down channels and all this shit. So if the histogram is in our favor and the price is over the 5, then I'm good. If the price isn't over the 5 yet, just because the histogram's ticking in our direction, I don't believe it.
So now we got both
So I'll
our
just
size
wait.
hitting. We got both our size hitting. We've been here before, right? There's a lot of confluence, man.
I mean, if this was a buy and hold stock, no brainer. Now, one
Right,
minute, I don't know. I'm not. Why would I be rushing for that?
right. And we'll see, I look at the daily the same way. So when people are buying early, I'm like, why are you rushing in, bro? Like I wouldn't buy this on a daily. I mean, I don't know. There's some I might do the little drip things like we do sometimes.
I mean, yeah, I drip bought Uber yesterday on that huge drop.
Yeah. And
I didn't buy a whole position, but it's one of my favorite stocks, so I got 3 shares.
right. I mean, what did you say earlier? You didn't mention it to me because you know I was going to go for a buy.
Yeah, but I knew you thought. But then you told me you were thinking about buying it. I was gonna ask you last night, but then I thought you were gonna say no. But then I was like, maybe he did.
Yeah. And if I did, it would be tiny, like because it's just not a good setup. If you go around buying shitty setups, you're going to make less money. Let's
For
see.
me,
It's usually a sign of it's
yeah, for me,
you're
it wasn't
gambling.
that. It was just um they reported earnings and it was bad. Like the company's fine.
I haven't
So
even read it. I was going to look at it this weekend.
so the fact that it's closed yesterday right at the 200, why I don't have enough, so I'd rather buy it at the 200 than at $100 on the next stage one. Like this thing only dropped because of the earnings. It didn't. If
Mm,
it drops further, then I'll buy more on the next stage one. Yesterday I just got 3 shares, and today it's
yeah.
up. So if it goes lower, then I'll put in a real position. But like when it free falls like that, didn't you say if it's your favorite stock, you could get a couple shares?
Yeah, yeah, nothing wrong with it. I always
And
try to
then
point out because some people are new to the money flow and they're
the
yeah.
1 hour chart just looked perfect. Well,
Why
the
is it
30-minute did too. But either way, I just wanted to buy a favorite stock that chanked because
right?
I don't usually do that. But since I added money to my margin account, Uber was getting smaller than I wanted it, so I needed to like get it more even. I don't know.
But if you see what we're having right here, this is the TQQ in real time.
Hmm.
If this is a daily chart, I'm buying, but it has stopped at a previous zone.
Yeah, but you didn't buy your whole position yet. You might have bought
No,
some of it.
yeah, and I
For
would
me,
assume it's going to take a while.
yeah, for me, I like buying. I usually, if I put it in the 100 or the 1,000 shares at once. So for me, on that 2 candles ago when it went above the 5, I might
Right?
not have I don't wouldn't have bought. I would still wait because 'cause I'm putting it all on at once. But maybe because it has it over their support over there, but that's still like a broken family.
Yeah. This how far apart these
And
are
then you
should give
see
you
and
warning,
now
right?
and then you see the newest candle is not above the 5 anymore. So buying 1,000
Mhm.
shares 2 candles back, I would be down a lot already.
What's the little oh shit? What's the little trick that I do on there? Like if I don't have my full thing, and when it goes to support, I'll buy more. Right there where I'm about to get stopped out.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah,
know you've been doing it longer, so you like to get the bottom
yeah. And
underneath.
then if it keeps going, I get stopped out, and the extras you bought, the stop loss wasn't very far, right? So to me, this is the low to make the most. And there's time, like you said, this broken family. We're talking about the moving averages here. You rarely get a good move until they got to come closer. Not every time though, right? Like none of this is
Yeah, it
100%.
all depends on the stock and whatever.
Yeah. So this is set up. Man, you got me thinking about Uber, man. I was sad yesterday, dude. My position is big. Like I can't believe I forgot to buy puts.
Yeah, but just put money in. You can just add the cash. It's okay.
I know. I was just disappointed in myself. Let's see. I'm not a normal
But you
man.
didn't do anything. Like you not like okay, if you bought puts and
Mhm.
If Uber exploded because of its earnings, you wouldn't even having this conversation right now.
No, I would have just lost some money on the puts. Right. Right. I just felt like I should have hedged it in my put because the only reason I'm saying is to protect margin because I have it in a margin account. And I'm just saying it out loud to you too. So as we go forward, like if we have a big position we're using just for margin, you got to protect that in a possibility of a down move. Um, just to just good. You don't have. I mean, if you got the money and you're going to ride it because it's coming back. We know that. Like these like I mean, a lot of people are selling AMD. I'm not selling a fucking AM. Not AMD. Was it AMD? AMD went up, right?
I didn't look. So,
Let me see.
I'm fucking over it.
No, yeah, AMD went down. Actually, yesterday was telling me it went up. Yeah, I'm not
See,
selling
and
this
now I'm
stock.
glad. See, on that one day when I asked you, I was like, "Oh, should I close ADML because it's in my margin account?" And you told me, "Yeah." So I'm
Yeah,
glad I
you
did.
should because that's the
Yeah.
goddamn rules.
Where if but if that was in a cash account, I would have
I would
just
hold it
held and wait to the next stage one.
right, and if
Because
you always
I like position trading, but obviously with this margin account, we're doing more swing trading.
yeah, and the goal of the margin account is to make income, not trade. Like so, trading is secondary.
Right.
So
Those
our
are like
primary,
the
yeah,
trades are like tier 4.
yeah. So our primary objective is to protect the income, which means if you have trades open, the market turns on you, get the fuck out of them, take a loss. You can get it back next week when you get dividends, and then go to have a big cash pile and wait. And if it goes down, then you got money to buy more, right? If you properly manage the margin, swear to God, I think almost anybody could have their income replaced in 2 years or less. Some people do it today. Literally, I
Yeah.
talked to the guy the other day. He's got enough in savings that his income would double. Like what he would make in the dividends just starting the following month is more than he made at work.
But did he? So is he gonna move his money over?
He's gonna test it.
See that? Well, people have to get past the test part. No one's just gonna run. No one that does this isn't just that doesn't do this is gonna just run right in.
I'm the guy that runs right in. That's how I got.
Yeah, well, me too, but not everyone's like us. They,
Yeah, I and you can't
yeah,
tell
we're
someone
like
that.
all or nothing.
Yeah, I always tell them, yeah, hey man, you can do it the little bitch way. I guess we can do
Yeah,
that.
like my like when I first joined the Discord, like I told you that my favorite trading style was position trading,
Mhm.
and I even told you a year ago I didn't want to do day trading.
Yeah,
But
and I
here
said
I,
that's
but
because
here
you're.
I am
I forget what
now.
I said. What did I say?
Well, I told you like I at least didn't want to be your sole day trader for you. Like
Right, I'm sure I said something
I
like nobody
also
gives a
I
fuck what you
also
want to
didn't
do or
want to
some
I
shit.
also like didn't want to do day trading, but the reason why well when I still had my job, I still day traded on my days off
Mhm.
because since you had opened the channel, people are learning how to day trade. So if everyone in the group is learning, or not everyone, a lot of people, I want to know what's going on too. I don't want to be the one of the weakest ones in the group. Like I need to know what the fuck's going on. And then
And
now we got the margin account, so now that's forcing me to swing trade. Like in my regular cash trading account, I just do position trading. There's nothing, it's so mindless and easy for me. I don't get scared.
what you
If
just
it goes
described
down,
is
you
a
just
process, right? It took
yeah,
time.
in position trading, if it goes down, you buy more. And if it goes up, you trim. Swing trading is like, oh, this stop zone, this precision, this teeny profit, and you get out. Where position trading, you're going for like the true value. So for me, that's more exciting of a
Yeah,
return. I held this for 2 years. I was down 80%. Now I'm up 400%. And I didn't do anything in these 2 years except buy stage ones. So
yeah.
when I first started getting in the Discord, that's what the trading I liked because I also had a job. So
Mhm.
if you don't check your position trades every day or for a week, you're literally fine.
I mean, I've never done that, but I guess you would be
Not
fine.
you, not
Yeah,
you, not you.
right.
But maybe that's exaggerating. But if you're swing trading precisely, you need to check multiple times a day. Like if you're that precise and using a 1 hour chart. But position trading on a daily, if you don't look for 2 days, I mean, you're gonna be fine. Where swing trading, you need to be all precise.
If
Like
you ever,
yesterday, Uber went down.
Mhm.
In our margin account, we're like, oh fuck.
Fuck, take it zero.
Yeah, but you just said you were like mad at yourself for not
I
putting
was,
puts. But if it was a cash trading account, you'd be like, well, fuck, take it to zero so I can add more.
but we can
That's
do
what.
both. Over here, we're buying it, and over here, we got a short on, right? Like we can do both.
Yeah.
As the world's greatest trader, I should make money when it goes down and up. My expectation of myself is just much higher.
Yeah.
I
So again, in the
appreciate you
margin,
letting me have an out on that, but I really shouldn't have one. I should be fired. Like we should. I told Ashley, I was like, if we were in hedge fund, be having a meeting tonight. I gives two fucks if you want to be there. And someone works for me is going to explain to me why we didn't have puts on Uber.
yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it till you told me.
Yeah, and then I'd have had a complete flip out. The next day, I had
But
to
yeah,
apologize.
but like having the margin account is helping like with the swing trading and the options and stuff because you have to be more precise. Like in my cash position trade account, I didn't do anything. If the stocks went down, I just added more.
Right, but that was one of your attractions to that strategy is kind of no lose. You're not losing. You're buying high
Well,
quality stocks and you're adding on stage ones. Like it's fucking easy.
you are losing though. It's not it like CLSK and all that shit. I was down 80 90%. I
And then
still
you
held
were up
I
what?
didn't sell it.
And then
I
you were
still
up what?
400%. So
Right.
the position trading, like, because when I first got in the Discord, the market tanked like in the growth crash. So if you're position trading, you can get
I know, dude.
exhausted too.
You came in
Because
literally at the worst time.
like if you're position trading and the market sucks, you can get mentally exhausted too. Because every time you log in, your shit's red. But
I can't, but other people
I
can.
knew
Yeah.
that was supposed to happen. But if all that shit was swing trades, I'd be like, oh, do I got to get out? Do I got to keep this? Where the position trade, you just hold it, and then you just add on the stage one. If it goes lower, add it, or goes up, trim. It's pretty,
It's pretty much a no-brainer.
and then you get like good returns. Like,
Yeah. If you ride the cycle, right? But when you came in with us, we were at the high of the meme shit. And then I
no,
remember you sending me your account. It was all red, like every position.
yeah, I got in. I actually
And
got in.
crypto.
Yeah, I got in on February 22,
Uh-huh.
and the same day was when
Yeah.
Russia bombed Ukraine.
That day, dude. How
So
you couldn't have
everything,
been got in worse with me.
so
Because up
everything
till that
tanked.
moment, I'm like, bye, bye.
So yeah, that whole 2022 summer it was tanking. But you were like, oh, just get your crash out of the way now. So the next crash that comes, you're already used to it. So I was like, oh, clearly this is normal.
You're one of the
So
few people to ever say that to me. Like, oh, well, this is he said it's normal. It must be normal. Most people are like, they
so
say the dumbest shit.
so yeah, I survived that growth crash. It doesn't even go like it's not even the stock market history as a crash, but it was definitely a growth crash.
It was one of the worst ones I've ever seen. And I was in 2008 and 2003. That shit
But if
was
you
way
like
worse
look,
to me.
it's if you look, it's not included. It only says that
I know it's
2022 is the
bullshit.
last. So,
You
and
know
then
why?
when I
Because of the
looked, I
time
was
frame.
like, when I
It
looked,
wasn't
I
long
was
enough.
like, did we not go through a crash? Did I just? But yeah, it was a growth crash. So right when I got in, everything tanked.
Dude, I had people that were close to me,
But you were saying you said it was normal, so I was like, I mean,
yeah,
okay.
people would
Like
call and they'd be freaking out.
I had baby money in the
That's
I
what
had.
that would be what I would tell them. I'm like, how much you got in there? Like 20 million? The way you're acting. And they go like, 14 grand. Bro, are you calling me about a $14,000 account that went down? You little go buy some, bro. You ain't got no money. Buy shares. It's the best thing that can happen to you.
Yeah, and then since
Unless you got 10 million, you need to be having it come down. Like you need it. Because
yeah, and since
yeah,
we started the margin account, I transferred a lot of my funds from the cash account to the margin account. I've just been taking trades in my paper trade account with
yeah.
bigger share sizes, so I'm still doing all the trades. Because I had two paper trade accounts, one for day trading and one for just our trades. That I
Two
can't
paper trading.
if I don't have like money for our trades, I do them in the paper account.
Beast. Very few people do
But
that. And then
those I'll do like at least 100 shares.
yeah. But you're trying to get experience and shit. Like you actually want to be a good trader. Like you have your journal
Yeah,
with you and shit. Like, I mean, you know what I
yeah, and
mean?
it's like
Everyone else, and it's like they're just
yeah,
they're
like
so
right
scattered.
now we're trading, but I'm not necessarily profitable. I just started, but like I'm not. For me, it's more of like okay, if I'm 45 and have like back pain and I don't want to go to work, I could just stay home and trade.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to go to work, man?
So yeah, if I can learn these skills now in the long run, it pays. Like right now, I'm not so concerned with making money. Daniel.
Yeah,
Like
I
that's what
think
I'm
good.
saying. Like last week, I had two day trading losses that were $200. This week, you don't see me freaking out. It's
Yeah, usually when
stressful.
they call,
It's stressful now because it's like,
are
well,
you
fuck. It's
bragging or complaining? I'm not sure because it's not very much money we're talking about. I've had guys like literally lose their shit, and we get to talking, and they own 22 shares.
but it's like you said. Like you have to get the crash out of the way. You also have to get the losing days out of the way.
Mhm.
So okay, I lost $200 now. So in a month or two, if I lose $200, okay, I
But you
survived.
and
All
what's
I do
funny,
is just it's not like I lost 20 grand.
right?
And then every
It,
time I've lost, I've transferred the money. So it's like in my head, it's like it didn't happen.
yeah, I mean, I got that secret from Buffett. They say, "What do you do when you really mess up and you lose a lot of money?" You know, because he has had some bad deals. He goes, "I write a check from my checking account and forget about it." Like he's meaning he's just pays for his problem and moves on. Like,
Yeah, like last week was my first week day trading real money, and I was red. but my dividends that I was making for the week were more. So
Yeah,
I still got paid to day trade and lose, so it wasn't a big deal. On top of that, every time I lost, I added the money that I lost.
that's what I do too.
So on Friday, I still had way more money in shares than I had Monday, even though I lost day trading.
And if you focus on that and not worrying about, what's my return, what's this
And
in
then it's
that
like,
situation,
and then
you're
it's
just
like
going to
half the
get better.
time we're day trading. I feel like we do good in the first hour or two, and then after that, we're just going against the histogram and shit. We're not even like following the rules all the time. We're not that.
I mean, I'm bad about it, right? Like you've traded with me live, and if I'm going, man, I'll call the bottom on a bar. It's right here, all in. And he's like, it hasn't stopped, dude. It's still going. Like, let the bar stop, and then let's get one more bar. And he's like, nope, bottom. And sometimes I'm right on the money, man. Sometimes I just feel it. And I think it's okay to do that shit. Just make sure you're there. You know what I mean? I've seen people do crazy shit and they're all over here at work. It's like, no, if you're gonna do crazy shit, be there. Like watch it, let it play out and stuff, and then learn. Like some of your best analysis to me has been when it was all jacked up and then you look back at it and now you're explaining it. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
because, well, like you showed us those Mark Douglas lectures, and it's like statistically or
mhm.
probability wise, more of your, like, I think it was 51% of your trades or more than half your trades are going to be losses.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a good
So
strategy. It's half.
you're supposed to lose. So if you lost that day, well, you were supposed to. Like the market wants you to lose.
Yeah.
So if you lost, like, okay, well, probability wise and statistically wise, you're supposed to.
And that's the thing on trade. It really comes down to how you lose and how you win. Your your
So
entry and
that's
your
my
exit.
thing. That's
You
my
know.
thing with the trading in the first hour. Okay, most of the times you can make money in the first hour,
Mhm.
but what if the market conditions weren't in your favor for that hour, or it was
See,
just choppy and then you didn't win?
yeah, that's my problem. I was going to try it all this week though, going into next week where I'm uh I'm just going to trade the first
Like
couple.
yesterday, if you traded the first hour and went short, bam, made instant money. Today, if you would have traded the first hour long, bam, instant money.
Yeah, especially like me, as soon as it opens, I'm not waiting. I'm
So
in, and then I might make it instantly. Like it just takes off and you're like, hey, I'm at 300. I've been in 4 minutes.
yeah,
Call it,
I
you know.
just, you just told me not to day trade yesterday, and I did, and then ended up
Mhm.
losing more. So then today I was like, well, fuck, I'll just not day trade. We knew it was gonna go up after it just fell all day, but it's like,
Well,
okay, there'll be another day when it goes up again. Like,
well,
it's not like this ever fucking runs out.
if you wouldn't have traded that next day, I would have been disappointed. I assumed you would. I would have. If someone told me like,
Yeah,
hey,
anytime you tell me, oh, don't
I'll
trade
be like, yeah,
tomorrow,
right,
I
bro. Yeah,
obviously
you do.
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you're,
yeah,
to me, I'm like, dude, he doesn't tell anyone to do this. So
yeah. He's trying
is
to
he
baby
like,
me.
I'm like, no, I don't, no, I didn't think that. I thought you were like reverse psychology testing me, like,
I was,
to,
yeah.
to see if I actually didn't trade. We've done this like 2 or 3 times already, and I still trade the next day.
Hmm. Or
But
like they do some work for me, send it to me, cool, and I throw it away.
yeah, I just needed a mental break. Even though it's
Yeah,
gone up a lot today, you're still dragged in.
I like losing. Yeah, the saying that kind of dumb shit does help. I say obnoxious things. I think talking to the screen helps. That's weird for people.
I mean,
Um,
I don't like losing. I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to lose.
no,
Even
I
though
do.
we're statistically gonna lose.
Yeah, good. Let's lose. Let's get it all over with in the first few trades if we can. I like the first one to be a loser. I like to come from the back. It makes me trade better. Now, it's not obviously we would just love all winners. I've just never been that guy, man. Like I don't get that lucky. I got to fight through it. It's blue collar trading. Oh my god, look how we're headed down. This was such a tease. It went up. It hit the half. I didn't sell half, and then it went down. See, and there's a thing there, right? Like here's the slightest little thing. Like watch, you see how it hit 70? Is my
Uh,
things here?
no, the screen's not up.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. All right, so this is the 1 minute. And you see how it hit 70 right there? That was right in here, right? Now, if you got in like we did, here's the thing. I didn't sell half. I waited. Well, let's say you did, and then you get stopped out even. Well, you made a little money on that trade. I took a loss. We're both trading the same thing, right? And it could be that
Yeah,
slight.
but let's say you didn't get out. You just held it down and added again.
Yeah.
Thinking it's
Oh,
gonna pop.
assuming it does, that's going to work out and you're going to look smart. But
Because
let's say
what
it,
if
it doesn't.
yeah.
Now
Well,
you're down
now it looks like
350 and you're up because you didn't take that one and you trimmed here.
oh yeah, I'm saying I would have trimmed and probably got out
Hmm.
on the stage 4.
Yeah. I'm
But
just,
what if you didn't? What if you just let it come down? Your whatever. If you had
yeah.
200 shares left, you let it come down. You added. Obviously now you'd be getting stopped out.
Yeah. Well, if you're me, you
Because
probably, I try to, as soon as that breaks, I'll switch to the short side just in case I catch a big down move. If it doesn't and comes right back, I get back long because it's back in the box. That's how I would view this. But, even here when it broke, it doesn't give you long. You know that short side is fast. You have you got
it's
have you
fast
noticed?
on a 1 minute though. Because on a daily chart, shit free falls, and on the 1 minute it free falls, but it quickly comes back. So you have to cover the short fast. But on a daily chart, when it free falls, it doesn't come back fast all the time. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like,
No, I get it. Well, the drama is carried out much longer on a daily chart, right?
yeah,
It wears on and on. You're like, fuck, dude. Like Boeing. I don't know how anybody fucks with that stuff. It's just this slow
yeah.
bleeding to death.
If it paid a dividend, I might have gotten by now, but it doesn't. So
Why own that when you can own other things? I don't know. There's people that are sticking with Boeing. It's just a shit show. Let's see. No, that's some good evolving. Your what do you call that in let's see, in trading? Just getting experience and seeing things. Boom! Look at this. Now I got in.
see, that's what I was saying. You could. What if you would it?
I did. I wrote it down. I made $8 on the short, and then if you take this over, as soon as it got back in that box, I got right back in.
Yeah, it's kind of like position trading. You didn't get out completely. You held it
Hmm.
into the and back into the box, and it
Have
came
you
back. So now you're just adding the shares that you trimmed back on. I'm not
the
saying
other?
everyone should do that, but
No. Sometimes you get in flow. Like the other day,
either way, anyone can get back in here if they got out.
right? And the other day, I mean, this is a very bullish fucking candle. When this candle engulfed all the ones, that's a very bullish candle. To me, that's going higher. But what was I going to say? I got tourists looking in my window thinking it's a store. Shit, sometimes they'll think it's an antique store or something.
Could see that.
Yeah, they look in. I had these Japanese people walk in. I'll try and tell them, you got to get out, man. Like, let's see. Yeah, so the other day I was just playing around, and when we would run up into resistance, I would start trimming, and then I'd start adding on the short. And I was just like, there would be a time where I'd be half and half on both. And and I know, like, okay, this is not the money flow. I was just uh, practicing feeling, like I'm literally practicing tapering. So as it would come into that, I would start to weight the one more than the other. Now, that's not a winning strategy for trading, but sometimes you can. Sometimes you can lose and not be a little about it and just laugh and just if you just start lowering how much you're losing, you're just playing to pay a game, man. Like fucking relax and then learn.
Yeah, like
Spend
yesterday after I made the money on the short side and had already lost a bunch doing the long side before I went short, I lowered the share size from 100 to 25, and it was a big
on the
difference.
long side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of doing 100 shares of the TQ, I just switched to 25 because it was obvious that it was a short day.
Hmm.
So I didn't want to be doing 100 shares. So I only did 25 so that if I lost it wouldn't be such a big deal and it helped my mentality
The moment it's
and
not
my
a big
money,
deal.
obviously.
Yeah, that's the secret. So that's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck. Take a
And
zero.
then I would
I
just
don't have enough
deposit.
that it's gonna hurt me, man. Like it doesn't matter. Like that's the only way to play confident. I mean, if you think you're about to lose the fucking battle, it's hard to go into the battle. Like if everyone thinks we're about to be killed, like it's hard to fight, you know? But
Yeah.
if we think we have a chance or we're not gonna get hurt, then we can talk shit and it gets easier, you know? It yeah, I mean, so you gotta brainwash yourself. Um
You took the chart down?
oh, let's see. Hey, if you guys aren't on our email list, if you hit that QR code up there, oh man, QR codes now they're putting scam ones out there, and it's like, fuck, dude,
Oh yeah.
can we
Yeah,
not have
that's
something? Nobody's gonna click on them.
yeah, if you're in public, don't ever scan that shit.
I was gonna put them in the restrooms for Mardi Gras, and last
You
night we were
could.
working on a kind of an idea for teaching a local class on like getting your shit straight and then getting to where you're trading. You know, like it'd be
Mhm.
it's a couple Saturdays to get you from getting your shit straight to trading. Like you got to get the credit cards right, checking accounts, understand what a brokerage account, all that shit. Which
Yeah.
I was trying to get Ashley to help me outline it, and then do a local one here. And this dude that's on the radio, he was like, "Yeah," I was like, "God damn, that'd be cool if I could get on the radio, but film it for YouTube." But then the class is free here, like once a month, or it wasn't free. I think it was $20 or some shit.
So it's for people that don't have their shit together?
Yeah, locals,
Okay.
which I would say is everyone here, everyone I've ever met, is a complete shit show and have no money. I mean, if you meet that criteria, you should sit down with me. And a lot of times people know what their problem is. Like fat people know. Don't eat, bro. Like, come on, man. Like eat different shit. Like it's not complicated. Same with money. Everybody acts like it's complicated. It's not complicated, man. It's easy. You're just a dipshit. Most people are just hurting their own selves. Especially in trading, there's this expectation that people should start doing it well. And it's like, well, the job you had, you spent 5 years in college, asshole. You're just gonna
Yeah.
roll up in here and trade in 3 months. It's like the fact that you even think you're gonna make money makes me laugh. Why? Why would you? I mean, you can buy a rental house and it could be years before you make money. Like the expectations is
Yeah, like yeah. You
without
don't
the accompanying knowledge and experience. We're about to go, man. I always just usually I just say I laugh and I ask them to say it again out loud. Because usually when people say dumb shit out loud, they catch on faster.
Intel's up 7%.
Yeah, I know. Got that wrong, man. That's another
I
meeting.
don't even care.
That's one way to look.
The
Fuck that
dividend's
stock, man.
not the dividend's not even worth it.
Yeah, fuck that stock.
Yeah, I don't care.
Remember when I used to do that to Tesla? Were you ever listening to me when I would yell at people for owning Tesla?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know.
People would get so mad, and I was just doing that to get views.
And like the thing with the stock market is if you get out, you can always get back in.
Yeah, but if you just hit sell, what do you do when you run out of shares? That's what I asked the professor. He's like, "What? If you keep hitting sell, what happens when you don't have any shares left?" It's just the sell thing. It's weird. I feel like we have to explain it to people. You want a title, you don't have to explain. Yeah.
I take it as just get out if you don't have to stay in the trade.
Yeah. But as soon as I hear that, though, because I'm always fucking with
Just
them,
hit
I'm like,
sell both
this is sell. Why
ways.
are we selling? Did it hit a target? Did it hit like a resistance or
No, I
RSI?
think
Why the
it's the
fuck are we
other. I
selling,
think it's
bro?
the other way when you're
Yeah.
in a massive loss.
The
Just
title just stresses me out. Like, I don't even know why we're selling. We're making the assumption it's a good thing. Yeah, right. I mean, I assume that's what he means. He means it's a good thing. Like when it's time to get out, right? You got to hit the button.
even if you're taking a profit, some people don't want to take a profit because they're greedy, waiting for something else. Either way, it can go. You got to press sell. People have no problem pressing buy and getting in the stock market. Do they know how to take profits and get out or take a loss? That's why. Just
Right.
press sell. Like, when in doubt, get out.
Mine is usually cut it in half, right? Like I say that a lot.
Yeah.
If you're having problems, just cut it in half, man. Fuck it. Don't spend a lot of time on thinking about just silly things. Like,
But it's literally that simple. Cut it in half or get out.
yeah. Let's see. And your sizing is too big when I see it a lot too. People get out of whack on the sizing. Like say they're in CVS pharmacy. You don't have to buy every fucking time it goes down. You can just have it in your account and move on and wait. If you see it go to another one and a fucking another one and another one, and if you want to hold it, cool, which I am, but there's no rush. You could take that money and put it in shit going up right now. Right? I mean, you could
Yeah.
put in some breaking out, and then you'll have more money to buy the next 8 dead legs down in Celsius. But what are you doing if you just start putting all your money in there? It's like you get this ridiculous, and that's when you get a phone call, and it's like, bro, if you're having to ask someone about your position, it's too big for you. It's too big for you.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about it, if you're worried, I don't think about any of them like that. Like it's so big. I mean, a little bit on Uber, and you saw my response, right? It'll change your response. That probably tells you I got too big a position. I need to work on my own mindset.
Yeah, like I was adding shares and you were sad.
Yeah, you're adding shares. I'm playing, and there's an example. You don't see as you have enough, and I have a lot, and so, but a lot to who?
Well,
There's some dude with 1 million shares looking at me going, "You little bit, you ain't got no shares. I got 1 million." And then we got a guy freaking out with 12 shares. And
well, it's relative to
it's
everyone's account.
relative. There's
But
that.
yeah,
Then
it helps knowing that there's people with way more shares than you who
right.
are probably not freaking out.
But if you can't manage a little, how do you ever get along?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're freaked out about, that's what I told that guy. I mean, I told him that the margin shit we're doing, if I had to do life over, and that's exactly what I told you, I wouldn't be looking at rental properties. I'd be buying these, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't have that option. I'm not going to say buy real estate just because I own a bunch of real estate. A lot of real estate guys will say it because that's all they know. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I love Dan, but he can't bring stocks to you. Welby doesn't buy stocks. Mark doesn't buy stocks. They're doing one thing, and they're doing a couple things within that one thing, but they're doing one thing.
Yeah.
Um, I've just never been like that. I'm constantly doing multiple things, learning new things. Um, and ultimately in the money flow after 3 or 4 years that you're going to be like you could day trade, you can swing trade, position trade, all these trading, like these are just things we do, right?
Yeah.
But you'd be shocked the number of people that are stressed the fuck out on things me and you just do normal. Like it's just, I'm like, why is this stressing you, bro? I don't understand. And it's just
So,
sometimes you get too big a position for your skill set.
yeah. So right now are you in the trade on the 1 minute or you're waiting to get in?
Shit, I'm already in. You know that.
So
I'm the oracle of New
again,
Orleans.
me for the past 20, 25 minutes, I wouldn't have been in because even on the 5 minute, even though the histogram was ticking up, the price was never above the five on the 5 minute.
Right. No,
And the
you're
five
yeah,
minute looks like it's sloping down. So I
right.
might
It
I
is.
might just sit there and wait. I'm not
No,
saying
that
I would necessarily go short. I just would be waiting if I'm following that rule that day.
right. But look at the candle on the 5 minute on stock charts.
The doji?
Yeah. Do you see a doji?
Yeah.
Right. We got two of them on the daily right here. We got two dojis, three doji lineup.
Yeah. But either way, on the way to that doji, it's just
Mhm.
been a stage 4 on the 5 minute.
Right. Now this may not hold. Maybe that candle changes here in a minute. And
That's what I was saying earlier. If the price
right.
isn't above the 5, I don't believe the histogram on the I don't like get in just because the histogram's sticking up. If the 5 minute chart, if the price isn't above the 5, I don't like getting in on the 1 minute. And let alone this 5 minute chart looks like stage 4.
Right.
Or it looks like a mini sloping down channel.
I'm in it. It's going up. It ain't happened yet, but I'm
And I see the doji forming,
yeah.
but
I on situations like this, I like to use the Force, like in Star Wars.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the 1 minute, as you can see, it's just a downsloping channel. It tried to break out back. It's been trying
Mm,
to back. Let's see if this holder goes another, it
yeah.
goes lower.
I'm gonna take profit at 71.40.
But on the 1 minute, you do see those two dojis, so it's like, okay, that
Mm-hmm.
gives you a little bit more confirmation that it could be a bottom, and then you got the doji on the 5 minute, so like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you could use that too.
Yeah. I have a name for that. I'm not gonna say it on here because people are gonna start snagging it. I can't let you ratings know these things.
Yeah,
The
I call her every night at 10 o'clock before I go to bed. I'm like, did he tell you anything today?
Did he tell you? Did he tell you anything about the new dojis? Um, that's going to be a fun book. It's just a book of dojis. The oh, that'd be a good title. The Book of Doji. Yeah, you got this is a time continuity doji alignment where we had one on the but it has changed on the 5 minute, but that was happening, and then as that bar changed, this is not looking as good. So, none of these things are forever or certain. It's trying to break out of the box here. Now that's a double
And
doji
now,
box too. You see
now,
that?
now the 5 minute histogram has been ticking down for the past 15 minutes.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
now it went flat.
Mine's at 0.068.
Mine's at 0.067. Mine's flat now.
Right.
Now
See
it's
that one?
ticking up. Now it's ticking up. It just got one more bar. It's at 0.063.
And then the daily turns down. What in the fuck?
Yeah, and then yeah, so the 5 minute, the chart still looks like a stage 4.
Yeah, it hit the 20 and turned down. But this has got to go up. This is a triple doji alignment here. This motherfucker. Let me check Google for a second here. So Google popped and came straight down. Ain't that some shit?
Well, yeah, it only popped because of the earnings that day.
You're in GGLL?
Yeah. Yeah, I trimmed it that day because it just touched the RSI, so I fucking trimmed it. Because I had been adding to it last week, so I just trimmed like a fifth of it.
I wonder why this thing can't get going. I mean, it really has not. Adobe turned down too, didn't it?
Yeah, that was another one that I got out of in my margin account.
Yeah, you've been sidestepping a lot. I like it. I like it.
But I've been
We
adding to Adobe in my buy and hold.
we call that trading in Arkansas. Let's see. Yeah, I don't understand the slow drip in Adobe. It seems like everyone should know what we know and it should go up. I'm looking to sell this at 71. Boom. Now, I told you this would go up. Now, that's just a pattern that I've been watching.
Mm-hmm.
But I've recently learned that I may have a mental disorder. There's an actual name for this for people who see patterns where there actually are no patterns.
Schizophrenics?
Schizophrenic. No, it's actually there's a thing, and you just see patterns. Like you could be at the restaurant and you start seeing some weird pattern of how they're doing things, but it's just total random chaos, and it just happens to be. But your mind is creating patterns out of everything.
What's this mental disorder called?
And it's not harmful. It's just the way your brain. I'm trying to think of the name. In that book I've been listening to, Alpha Trader, he talks about it. A lot of traders suffer from it.
Yeah,
That's
because
why.
you're constantly looking at the
Mhm.
the charts.
And then they get a new system and a new system and a new strategy and a new system because they're seeing patterns everywhere and they're like, oh,
Yeah, I
this
don't.
one's better,
Yeah, I don't have that where I'm like looking for different or spotting different patterns. I
Sam
just
has that
I just do
unless she
the money
finally
flow.
broke of it.
I do the money flow pattern. I don't need to make it more complicated than it is.
Right. According to who was it? Is it Bex today that was saying it's just flawed? It's broken. Bex, you hurt my feelings, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
You hurt everyone's feelings in the Discord, apparently.
Yeah, you gotta know it, man. That's like kind of make you unpopular. Like if you just come in the trade group and talk shit about the system, it doesn't go over well. What does he say here? Oh, Sam says she's better now. She used to do that a lot, man. She'd be like over here looking at this guy. Let's see. I'm about to get stopped out, huh? No,
Yeah,
let's hold.
dude.
Bro, the triple doji multi-time frame has never failed me. So this has got to go up.
I'm glad I didn't just get in a trade.
I know.
I'm
The
not tinkering today, so.
best thing for me to do here is add more. Let's see. No, I'm just gonna do most of this today's yoga. Like I was thinking about
Yeah, this thing's tanking 70.83.
I know. I had to get out.
I told you.
You told me.
This
It ain't over
5
yet,
minute
though.
is in a stage 4 and nothing is above the 5.
Yeah, but you don't know the secret doji technique.
There's
I'm still in the game, man. You don't know about the secret doji. I didn't even tell you. Let's see. Straight from the Illuminati. It looks like it's going down, huh?
Yeah, it's been looking like that.
Let's take a.
The guy said it's called apophenia. Apophenia.
Right.
The
That's what,
disease you have, apophenia.
yeah. I
I
think I
looked this up.
suffer from that.
That's one of yours.
I have several, but that's one of them.
That's your newest diagnosis to list.
Right. Yeah. They all help me make money. It's just it bothers everyone around you.
But is this really a mental disorder?
I don't know if they classify. It's in the DSM-4. I don't know if they classify it as a mental disorder or a behavioral
it's a
problem.
tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things. The term was coined by psychiatrist Klaus in his 1958 publication on the beginning stages of schizophrenia. This might be the early stages of schizophrenia for you, dude. I think it's almost done. I gotta go to the bathroom.